Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the simplicity cycle and the stupidity of Dan Ward. This is a thing that annoys me, okay? It's this constant argument from guys like Dan Ward that simplicity is what matters. Your military assets have to remain simple if they want to be effective. Simplicity has historically been proven to be better. Totally. And this is where he has proven himself completely wrong. Dan Ward is a member of a group called the Fighter Mafia, which is part of a larger group called the Military Reformists. The Reformists are effectively people that seem to think that all military doctrine should be fought in the way that World War II was, and that military doctrine should be planned around Cold War era concepts such as massive swarms of Russian tanks pouring into your country, and all these various other points. What they don't understand is that this is completely unrealistic and this will never occur because, well, that's just not how things work. And they don't understand why missiles are around, and they don't understand the use of drones and all these various different assets. And this is where the problem lies. Dan Wood's claim to fame is his book, The Simplicity Cycle, as well as various other lectures and other books he's written. I couldn't be bothered reading the others because I already suffered enough brain cell loss thanks to this one, where he argues that aircraft should be kept simple and not be complex, i.e. the F-35. However, there's a little problem with this. The doctrine and concepts that the Air Force Mafia use, particularly guys like Dan Ward use, is from the Cold War and the late World Wars. They don't have doctrine based off of the actual, modern day per se, and most of their equipment planning and their thinking comes around this older doctrine, older planning that has never really been useful since that time period. And this is a whole problem. You see, once upon a time, if you wanted a multi-role aircraft, it's bloody easy to do. Hey, we've got this pre-existing airframe. Well, we'll put a cannon onto it now so it can target tanks and take out their tracks or even penetrate their armor in some cases. Like that abomination that the Germans created, that 75mm gun on it. I'll never know how they did that, but, hey, they did it. You see, and if you really want to target enemy aircraft on the ground, well, you can get a bomb and put that onto the undercarriage of your plane. You can fly around dropping those. You see, the thing is, multi-role aircraft are a very different beast to what they now are. The modern multi-role aircraft has to be able to take off from an aircraft carrier. It has to be able to be deployed from an LHD or various other assets. They have to be able to land on rugged and poorly maintained runways. They have to maintain stealthiness in all operations against hostile forces. They have to be able to use missile systems and support missile systems that have ranges up to 500 kilometers. They need to be able to carry said missile systems. They need to be able to operate en masse. They need to be produced en masse. They need to be capable enough to maintain an advantage for over 50 years. They need to have all these various different points. And that's what we need to box ticked. There's also the stuff for the future that needs to be ticked as well. I've even mentioned the drone networking and combined aircraft networking, all that stuff as well. This is why the problem sits right here with guys like Dan Ward. It's that they don't understand this. They never will, and they never want to. They sit around thinking that complexity is a bad thing, when in reality it's historically proven to be better. More complex, more useful systems are very helpful. They are more advanced and more modern. And the problem is that it's frankly stupid. You see, the logic that they tend to use is that past this certain generation of aircraft, everything's complex. And that seems like a really good argument, right? Well, you're wrong, because everything is complex. This is the whole problem these guys don't understand. It's that every single asset they look at and they think, oh, this is simple. At the time, it is cutting edge. Right? At the time it was produced, it was cutting edge. It was the best system out there. And it was the hardest system to produce. Aircraft like the F-16, right, they only have accelerated development because they were produced effectively alongside the F-15, where the F-16 was able to rely upon technologies that were made by the F-15. That's the reason why the F-16 didn't take as long, because all the doctrine and tactics and systems that were applied into the F-15 were applied into the F-16. Or the equipment that they had at the time was put into said aircraft. And that's why those two planes came into existence. The problem is that guys like Dan Wood don't understand that. They never will understand that, because they don't want to. It's not, you can't force knowledge into someone's head. If they choose to avoid it, then they will. And that's the whole problem with this. What guys like Dan Wood effectively are arguing, and this is the problem with their statement, it's that it's very selective, it's very subjective. It's not an overall statement. It only applies to certain generations of aircraft. Beyond that, they'll fanboy over World War II combat aircraft, which, for their time period, were hyper advanced. Aircraft like the Supermarine Spitfire were incredibly advanced and capable at their time period. The BF-109s were amazing. And so were so many other assets. Because, at the end of the day, at that time period, they were the cutting edge. And this is where guys like Dan Ward don't understand it. They'll sit around telling you how simplistic aircraft have dominated complex aircraft, failing to understand that, well, their so-called simplistic aircraft never were simple. They never were that. And even if that is a standard, it's the dumbest crap I've ever heard. Because shouldn't the sword be used worldwide by militaries rather than the gun? Right? Shouldn't that be the case? Because by all standards, the sword's more elegant. It's more, it's fast. It's restrained. It's inexpensive. And it's elegant. Right? You see what I'm saying? The problem is that using Dan's own logic and terms, we should be using swords instead of guns. We should be using horses and carts. Because, look at horses. They're so much cooler than tanks. Why wouldn't we possibly use horses instead of tanks? Hey, Poland. Hey. You know what I'm saying? The problem is that at the end of the day, we need to understand that this is a deflection. It's a stupid point because it's never going to be argued with logic. Because by the same logic that he uses, he said he will make exceptions. Because he can't deny the gun is better than the sword, he'll go, oh, but it doesn't count. Or people like him will argue that it doesn't count because, it's X or Y. When in reality, the gun proves that. Seriously, try and take the gun and the tanks that we have today off of the army and replace them with swords and horses and carts, right? They will pay you a very, very unfriendly visit. That's what I'm thinking. And lots of people do the exact same. And this is why I just don't understand this point, right? And this is why I'm so tired of hearing about Dan Ward. Simplicity is great, right? But it doesn't work in a military environment. You see, aircraft are not simple. Anyone that's ever built an airplane or helped design an airplane will tell you that. That's a reason why Pierre Spray and guys like Ward don't understand military aircraft design. It's because they didn't do that. They didn't design these aircraft. But yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps grow the channel. I want to try and get this channel over 50 subscribers by the end of the year. And I think we can get it there because of the current subscription rates and everything. But so just everything's going so well, and I greatly appreciate your time, and thank you for clicking this video if you're still watching it right now. But yeah, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.